Welcome to another episode of StuTube. It's December the 16th, and today is the day that Bitcoin smashed through its all-time highs, guys, around that $20,000 mark. Today is the day where what I have been spewing on about since way back here, saying that I believed we were about to break through this triangle pattern, get a bit of a support flip, and smash through all-time highs from there, and today is the day that it happened. So we're going to be taking a look at the price of Bitcoin. I'm going to take a look at my positions and all that sort of stuff, guys. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and pause this video at this point because we're going to have a little toast to our little friend Bitcoin. To Satoshi. To Satoshi himself. Cheers, fellas. Let's get it. All right, guys. I don't know how to say it other than we totally had a beautiful candle close above all this sort of structure here, this whole area from all-time highs back here. Also with this whole rejection zone that we got here just a week or two ago. We got a nice clean close above all of that. I still don't want to let my emotions get the best of me. There is a bearish divergence on the RSI, but that could also just be the RSI cooling off a little bit. Even if we get back into or I forget if I said overbought or oversold, but overbought. But if we get back into overbought conditions here, I know Four Flies pointed this out in his video yesterday or the day before that this tool is literally called the relative strength index. I mean, if we're in overbought conditions, yes, maybe you can look at it as it can be overbought, but it could just be a shit ton of buying pressure in the markets, right, guys? I wouldn't be all that surprised if we got some sort of a retest back down and test this box at around 20,000. Again, just a nice round number as well. We'll see if we get that resistance to support flip, guys. But all in all, like this structure looks significantly more healthy than last time we were up here, guys, right? Like this is a clear blow off top. Whereas right now we are just getting a nice clean break above, and that is absolutely great to see. Like we're gonna have to see how FOMO kicks in here. I mean, I would be very hesitant to ever play a short right now if there is a big sell-off. Honestly, we could sell back down to these levels, kind of somewhere down here, something like that. And I would still be insanely bullish on this market, you guys, because I've been saying that I have been expecting a pullback to that. Now, the difference is so many people are wishing for that pullback to 14 or 12,000 because they're not confident in reading the charts and being able to place trades and get in and out of trades. They're more hodlers and looking to buy the dip. But there's the chance we don't get that dip, guys. And a lot of people aren't willing to accept that fact. And eventually they're going to end up having to FOMO in when we get up to new crazy highs. And it's too bad because just trying to get the absolute bottom, there's a good chance that you're going to miss some sort of a crazy short squeeze, which I've kind of mentioned in my video yesterday. Really right now nothing would surprise me. We could absolutely have this just a big fake out and we absolutely dump below this box and just plummet right back down to this triangle line for all I know. But the fact is I did play this upswing and I have taken a bunch of profits. I've locked in a bunch of profits. Even on the position I'm in right now, guys, I do have a large position still open, which is just absolutely great. Very exciting to see that I could have a good position set for this blue sky breakout short squeeze if it is going to become just absolutely ridiculous with FOMO here. So I'm glad that I no longer have to worry about it. I've locked in a bunch of profits, but I also have a bunch riding. I don't need to find a new trade while everyone's emotions are all out of whack here. And this isn't to point fingers at anybody. This is honestly just like a part of learning and everything. But I was getting one thing that was crazy is today I was actually getting phone calls from people, sub trades and stuff like that that I've worked with in the past, asking how to buy Bitcoin and stuff like that, and if they should buy or wait. And like I'm not even a professional, guys. All they know is that I have it and I'm getting text messages about it and stuff like that. So like the FOMO is becoming a very, very real thing. It became very obvious to me in the last couple days. And the thing is, guys, the media isn't even really harping on it yet. I don't know, maybe I just don't follow the media all that much, but I haven't seen a whole bunch of mention about it. The odd article, yes, but only usually when I'm looking for crypto information or articles and that sort of stuff. They're not just kind of, it's not getting thrown all over on the radio and that sort of stuff, which I clearly remember from last market cycle, guys. So this trend has a whole bunch of room to grow. Plus the fact that these large institutions and shit like that are actually starting to get their feet wet in this. Um, yes, a lot of them were buying a lot cheaper, but there's some who understand macro technical analysis who are looking at the chart the way I am and just seeing this as the next super cycle and Bitcoin explodes harder than any other asset known to man. It's just kind of one of those things that I don't necessarily think we're going to get crazier percentages than last markets and stuff. I'm seeing a lot of people posting that this one's going to be so different. The percentages are going to be even bigger because such bigger players are in the market. Guys, that's all relative because we need a much higher market cap to move the price that much too. So yes, there's huge money coming in, but it's taking exponentially more money to move the market. But I wouldn't be all that surprised if we just had another 10 or 20x move, guys, from all-time highs. So you, if you're not aware of my macro analysis, and these numbers sound absolutely ridiculous, but hear me out and check out the video in my description below because I do think it's one of the most important macro analysis videos on YouTube right now because it's been so accurate. I've been playing this chart so well since breaking this triangle back here. I was talking about how bullish I was, and I was such a new YouTube channel, and I still am, guys, but so many people were bearish thinking we were getting rejected here, and I was saying that I think we're going to break out and retest this pattern and absolutely explode. And it's just one of those things, guys, that my pattern keeps playing out. It's made trading the micro swings and the midterm swings just very easy for me the last half year or so. You can go back and look at videos. They're probably a little harder to get through or whatever. They might not quite be as good of quality, but I was new and I still had the same analysis. I'm playing the exact same analysis, guys. I've been saying ever since I started this channel that triangles are my favorite pattern, and I was so confident in this one because it was 3 years, and not only that, but the COVID dump even respected it fucking perfectly, guys. When a global pandemic, I know I've said this before, but when a global pandemic can respect your technical analysis that you've laid out months ago, that's pretty impressive. That's a very, very powerful chart, and a lot of people are not giving it enough credit. The measured move to that you've seen in my previous videos is about $27,000, $28,000. So I absolutely think there's room for this trend to go. Even, like I said, even if we go lower, even if we form some sort of a falling wedge and then just break out from there. I just think the overall trend, guys, is very easily um, analyzed to the upside. I don't think there's a big risk if you are, and obviously, before I go further, none of this is financial advice. Of course, these markets are extremely high risk, but if you're always do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm just showing you what I'm thinking, how I'm playing this market. But just as far as if you're looking at, if you're asking people if you should be placing trades and that sort of stuff, guys, don't just let a random YouTuber, myself included, like there's quite often, follow me on Twitter if you haven't yet, but there is quite often that I do lay out what I am trading, and that is not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I am personally doing in the markets, guys. And quite often they have been accurate lately. I this trade that I'm in from $17,800, you guys, I pointed it out on Twitter and people were literally laughing at me and saying I was crazy. And here we are. Just in the last couple days alone, you guys, my position has made me more than a month's wage at my full-time job. And it's just these trades are, since I've been able to accumulate on the way up because I've been reading this pattern um, so well in the last 6 months or whatever that uh, it's starting to become a reality that I think I can do this full time, hopefully in the near future. when I say that, guys, I'm young. I'm 33 years old, and I'm hoping that if this goes well in the next couple of years, if this could be my full-time job, keeping you guys informed, doing my own thing, maybe have a trade group, that sort of stuff. That's all stuff that's to come. I have a lot of plans in the near future, guys. So watch for that. But for now, I'm just going to continue proving that I understand analysis, and hopefully you guys get some good education out of this. Again, if you do appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and retweet this, share this if you don't mind. That would be so appreciated, you guys. I know a few of my fans have been sharing my videos, and I just love to see that. I can't appreciate it more, you guys. Being such a new channel, I notice that kind of shit still, so absolutely great. Can't thank you guys enough. That being said, guys, I am going to hop over, zoom into my 15-minute chart, as you know I like to play. And just going back to, you guys know I kept you up to date on Twitter. I posted in real time how I took this position, so absolutely beautiful there. Check out my Twitter once again. That was what my average entry was. I was laddering in between 18,000 and 17.5 thousand. We got down to about 17.55. So most of my orders filled there. My average entry was around 17.8 thousand. Obviously, guys, you know how I roll. I do take profits. I even mentioned that I took some profits here, and I know I pointed out that my next profits were just below this red range, which I was watching. Since then, guys, I have taken a whole bunch of profits, and this trade is absolutely beautiful. Now I want you to ignore this because that's not my average entry anymore. I have added to my position and taken profits a whole bunch along the way, guys. So my average entry is now about 18.9 thousand. So that's where my entry is. I don't need this here anymore. Right now, the rest of my position, it's still a great size, you guys. One of my bigger trades is left open, and I've already locked in a great amount, so that's absolutely awesome to see. But the rest of my position, I have broke into three parts. Three different stop losses to lock in the rest of my profits. So guys, even if we drop below 19.5 thousand, I'm still just locking in beautiful profits. Very stress-free trade right now. But basically my stop losses would be just, I kind of want to go just below this structure here. So part of my stop loss is just below 2100. Then below this structure here, I have a stop loss just below 20.4. And then the rest of it being stopped out just below 19.5 if we do have a bit of a reversal here. And you guys, I might miss out on a ton of profits on this trade. Maybe I should be taking right now because this is so overbought, but just the potential of this trade, guys, and my overall view is to the upside. So I want to remain in a long position if I can right now, since I am so confident in the macro trend. So I am keeping stop losses loose and just adding when I feel comfortable with it. But just knowing that I'm in a long position actually makes me more relaxed because I know that I don't have to find another entry. I do just have some skin in the game, and obviously I do have my long-term hodl position too. But just rather than trying desperately to find a trade, I love that I can just stay in one, and I've been able to be in a long position for such a long time since way back here. Even though I've been adding and taking out of my position, I have been in that same position. The average entry has just changed, and profits have changed and that sort of stuff, guys. But absolutely beautiful trade. I think right now it's at something like a 200% profit because I think it's a 20x right now trade. Oh, goddamn. If I go from my average entry to where we are right now, 13.6%. So yeah, times that by 20. Yeah, well over a 200% profit that I'm sitting on right now on that position. And honestly, right now, guys, the thing is, I was kind of expecting this to end up being a fake out, but I was only expecting this to stay above $20,000 for a few hours max if it was going to sell off. The fact that we're actually forming bull flag, bull flag, bull flag, they are getting smaller, so maybe we're forming some sort of a rounding top and gonna drop. But even that being said, guys, I think since this pattern is so clearly to the upside, I would start watching for Fibonacci lines. That structure right there lines up perfect with the 382 around 20.6 thousand. And then our 618 would be just below $20,000, you guys. Again, going back to that $20,000 support flip and psychological level right at the 618 retracement, guys. That would be absolutely beautiful to see a double bottom form with like some sort of a bullish divergence if it got oversold there or something like that. Because I do think that even when we do have a sell-off here, I think what's going to happen is, see, even the fact that we're bouncing off this line that kind of separates the overbought from the regular territory, we're kind of using that line as support on the RSI, if that makes any sense. But even if we do drop this and start forming a bearish divergence, I think the RSI is going to sell off into oversold territory very fast. And if that happens and it gets extremely oversold, I'm going to be looking to add to my positions because I just think the trend is so clear, in my opinion. And even if I'm wrong, guys, I've had so many trades that have been profitable compared to losers lately that eventually you're going to lose one. Nobody wins every trade, but I mean, the trend is your friend until the end, and until I start losing trades, why would I change what I'm doing, guys? And right now, just kind of looking at, well, let's clear this up a bit, but looking at these yellow trend lines, just I know it's a small time frame, very micro move here, but just looking at this trend line, just connecting a couple lows, right? Just getting higher lows if that is to kind of carry on higher. Kind of watch that line for support, or this one as well, guys. Just connecting this point to this point here and just extending that, just another level of interest. It doesn't mean I'm playing it. It doesn't mean anything other than the fact that I am interested in watching how it's respected at this point, guys. So that's just kind of my take on what's happening, guys. Hopefully this was something you were interested in. Again, if you appreciated this, give me a thumbs up. I know it's kind of getting a little heavier into the psychological aspect of these all-time highs, but we're in price discovery, guys. There's not really any technicals to support where resistance is going to be and that sort of stuff. We're, again, in discovery mode. If you want to know what that looks like, I'll refer you to the Tesla chart. It can get a little wild, let's just say. And Bitcoin's known already for being a wild asset. And all I can say is buckle up. I think there is going to be some larger moves than a lot of people are expecting. And I think they're going to happen fairly soon, guys. I think the next couple months are going to be wild times. So we're going to have to see. But anyways, guys, one last time, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what you think about the video. A lot of people leaving positive feedback and just feedback in general. Thank you so much. Great to see. With that, stay safe, my friends. I'm out. Peace.